What's up guys, this is TJW Games here, and today I'm going to show you the Handcannon Masterclass. In this video, you will learn how to become lethal with a handcannon and consistently hit your 3 taps and 4 taps. My first tip to you is to have good crosshair placement. This means aiming at head height at doorways and hallways and also tunnels. The reason for this is, if someone's about to walk out of that door or something, then your crosshair is already going to be on their head, so this means that it won't take much adjustment or moving the crosshair to actually get the headshot. And this can be good in a gunfight because you already start with taking off 70 damage from them if you get the headshot. This also knocks your enemy off target because of the flinch. To start off with my second tip, let's look at the different types of hand cannons you can get. The slowest firing ones, the 110s, the high impact frames, like the Duke, should be used for builds, where you're trying to 2-tap with Kill Clip or Rampage. Because getting that 2-tap is a lot easier than you actually think. The next archetype are the 140s. These are the ones with the most range, so you should be looking to increase that range even more by going for perks like Opening Shot and Rangefinder, so you can get those maximum long range distances. For the 150s, these are actually in a better spot than the 140s because they have the same amount of shots to kill, but actually in a quicker time. For these, you're going to want to go for consistency and stability perks, especially on controller, because these can be more difficult to control than the 140s. So by this, I mean perks like Zen Moment Elemental Capacitor, which works best with a Void subclass because it gives bonus stability. Opening Shot can also help. For the precision frames, which are actually the 180s, you're going to look for Kill Clip, because Kill Clip can get you a 3-tap because it does 76 damage to the head. I'm not going to mention weapons like Ariana's Vow or Last Word because you can't really get different rolls on them since they're exotic, so let's just skip those. My next tip is to improve your aim. If you want to hit those 3 taps and hit all of your headshots, your best bet is to pace your shots, and by this I mean slow everything down a bit and take time in between your shots. It's better to hit all of your shots slowly than hit none of your shots really quickly. Other than hitting your shots as well, you can actually gain an extra advantage because when you slow down your shots, you don't only gain extra vision and control over the situation, your shot becomes more accurate and your reticle also gets tighter, which means that your shot will be more stable and accurate. My fourth tip to you is to actually use a high sensitivity. This is because when you use a high sensitivity, especially on controller, you're going to be able to keep up with your opponent a lot faster and easier. Once you practice enough with it, it will become so much better than slow sensitivity, because with slow sensitivity, you'll be trying to constantly keep up with your enemy's head. But with high sensitivity, it will be a lot easier. You just have to make many small adjustments instead. In the current meta, auto rifles are probably your best bet, but these hand cannons do actually have one advantage over them. When you use your cover effectively, you're going to have that huge advantage over them, because you're going to peek in and out while strafing from side to side of a wall or something, and then you're going to be able to hit 70 on each hit. But for them, they'll maybe get 2 shots off, but they'll only do 40 damage if they hit 2 headshots. So this means if you peek in and out of cover while strafing, you're most likely going to win the gunfight. Also, about positioning, try and avoid big open spaces because you don't have any cover to rely on there. If you want to train your aim, you should probably take my recommendation on this. Start off by using the 180s. You'll probably not forgotten if you're looking at this video, or Luna's Howl, but if you do, then that's also a good bet. But the reason I think the precision frames are good trainer hand cannons is because they are the easiest to control. They have the lowest recoil and barely any bloom. After you think you've mastered these, you should move your way onto the 140s, the adaptive frames, because in my opinion, these are the second easiest to control. They have a good amount of stability, and not as much recoil as the 150. Once you're confident with the kick of the 140s and the other hand cannons, you should move your way onto the 150s. These are kind of difficult to control. They do have a lot of recoil compared to the 140s, but once you have the 140s in the bag, you can definitely make your way onto being more effective with 150s. My recommendations for 180s to use are Trust. My 140 is probably Ostringer, that's my favorite 140. And the 150 is a Dire Promise. It doesn't really matter what rolls you get on each of these because they're all very consistent weapons. My final tip today is just to practice. The only way you can practice is to get out there in the Crucible, like Control or Classic mix, where there are the most enemies which you can practice your aim at, and then just try and hit those headshots. Don't even worry about winning the match when you're in a non-competitive environment. Just worry about improving yourself as a player. That's all you can do in the practice stage. Thank you so much for watching till the end. You know what to do first. Like it and also subscribe if you haven't already. I hope this helped you out and also makes you a better hand cannon player. See you.